to Wednesday night OWCP chat with Chris and Genie. And yes, I am Genie.
Look at that. Hey, everybody. We are live from Fort Myers, Florida at the APW. What do you call this thing?
This is a
Spring
seminar,
booster.
spring seminar.
Spring seminar. And this is actually Ian Williams. Ian is the president of
Mid Florida Local, aka Mid Failure,
Mid
at
Failure.
Lake Mary, Florida.
And we're in a live studio audience with 1, 2, 3, 4 people watching us. And Jeannie over there to the side, she'll be reading your questions tonight and we'll be answering. But it's fun because Ian and I have become really good friends over the years. And so tonight, this is kind of like the Wednesday night chat shit show.
That's a fact.
So we're going to have a little fun with it also.
If you have any questions, we will make sure that all of them don't get answered. Just so you are aware. I told you.
All of them don't get answered.
Some, not all.
I mean, some are going to get answered.
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out. So this is kind of a Q&A night. Whatever questions you have, you can bring them. We'll answer them. Whatever OWCP problems you're having tonight, you should not be having tomorrow. So if you don't ask it, you did that to yourself. But we're going to start off with, I think, what everyone is talking about out there. What I think everyone's talking about out there is, in light of all the talk that's been happening since you were born in
That's
the
a
mailroom
fact.
floor 50 years ago.
Benjamin Franklin slapped me on the ass when I was born.
That's how long he's been at the post
Been at
office.
the post office that long.
But there's always been this talk of privatization.
That's a fact.
And what are you guys talking about internally? Is that even something that's getting talked about?
Well, to those that don't know, elections have consequences. So,
Yep.
when you vote and now you're laying off federal workers and then you have all kinds of other bullshit going on. They've been trying to privatize the United States Postal Service for the last 30 years.
As long as I can remember.
Easily, because these big politicians want to get their monies on this thing, because the postal service is not funded by taxpayer dollars. It's all funded by goods and services that they provide, and a lot of people get that twisted and the information gets messed up. Try not to use profanity tonight, but it is a shit show when it comes to the postal service. They've mandated a pre-funding mandate.
Wait, you're going to try not to use profanity tonight? Is that what we're doing?
Not really, but
Okay,
the shit did sound good. Right off the jump.
I mean, it
I'll
was
tell you
nice.
that right now.
It was
does
nice
sound
thought.
good. So, those in the studio audience, which is a whole bunch of people playing bingo right now, which is some bullshit. I'm sorry, bingo and bullshit. It just sounds good. Bingo and bullshit. So bingo.
When they win, do they yell bingo or bullshit?
bullshit. They yell bullshit because it's not bingo. Communist bastards. It's got to be like
It's
that.
bingo who wins, bullshit who loses.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Studio and artist member,
Rob in the background.
Rob in the background.
AKA
But you were saying.
So they're gonna try to get their hands on this cash cow and break it up and sell it to the highest bidder. That is why for the last 10 years, if you've paid attention, Jeff Bezos and our current president had a long-standing beef because he owned the Washington Post, and he would say not so good things about our current president. So I thought it was kind of funny that now that he's back in office and Mr. Bezos was front and center at his inauguration, kissing the ring. So, well, look at this. This guy comes in freaking late. Only Orlando people come in late and shit. Oh,
I love you too.
We got Victor in the house now.
Yeah,
I love you too.
Here come
Sorry,
this-
I was helping with bingo.
yeah. Imagine that. Damn bingo.
Everybody say hi to Victor.
Say hi to Victor, this loser from Orlando.
I love you too, brother.
Yeah.
You were-
Have a seat.
I will.
We're talking about the Postal Service and its current state of possible privatization.
Now, they're not going to hear him very well because he doesn't have a mic.
Just scooching.
Well, don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'll translate what the hell he's saying, because he be on some bullshit too. But go ahead.
What you just said.
We're talking about the current state of the United States Postal Service and all the privatization talk.
Thanks to the administration that we have right now. So yes,
You can talk into the mic. You're good.
Oh, that's right. So yes, it's something that we had to take care and be paying attention of what's going on. We're gonna fight until the end. We're gonna fight until the end.
Talking to the green light, dang it.
To the green light.
Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. What kind of communist shit is this?
Yeah, let us.
Where'd you get this guy from?
At least I participate every Wednesday.
Oh,
Ah!
oh, you want to throw rocks, huh? Well, let me tell you.
I don't think I even need to be here. You guys go ahead.
This guy here. This guy. Okay, go ahead.
So
do your thing.
Yeah, so it's very serious what's going on with the post office. The post office is the organization, the old organization right now. For myself, I've been 24 years working for the post office. This guy over here have almost 30 years of the post office, including with the military that he bought back. So yes, they're talking about changes, and the thing is that if they privatize the post office, no union, no contract, low pay, and we're gonna lose all the benefits that our union had fought for so many years to have: group pay, sick leave, annual leave, vacation, for us to file grievances with this violation. So if they privatize the post office, we're gonna lose everything. So that's why we're fighting back, stronger than ever, and we hope that we're gonna prevail and we're gonna win.
That's a fact. The funny thing is, I'll say again, no taxpayer dollars.
Zero.
So all of that bullshit that people spewing, because those of us that work for an organization that actually provides a living wage, if you know right now everything's up, housing, pricing. The hell with eggs and milk. We got chickens in the backyard now, so we can get our eggs. And my parents got chickens and stuff, so we just go get eggs. Sorry, mom and dad, I hate to put y'all out there, but Ian's been taking eggs from your property.
Awesome. You don't have to buy them.
You're damn right. What am I buying them for?
No, so you get them for free.
Dang Skippy.
Okay.
All right.
Gee. And the thing is that our APWU union was established, if I'm not mistaken, was in 1971. So add up how many years the APWU, the American Postal Working Union, has been established since 1971.
54 years.
And we cover over 200 employees in the post office, not only clerks.
200,000.
$200,000.
Yeah,
I missed some zeros.
Basic math in Puerto Rico.
Probably,
dude?
yeah.
What the hell are we doing here?
I count with my fingers.
Oh, all right.
So over 200,000 employees, including clerks, custodians, maintenance, and drivers.
Right.
Okay, so we cover a lot, and our office is established in Washington, D.C. They are fighting every single day. As a matter of fact, today we have our Secretary Treasurer Liz Powell on Zoom. We have Judy Bear, she's the legislative director. We have Charlie Cash, he's the industrial relation. Tomorrow we're gonna have here in person our president Mark Dimenstein at 9 o'clock talking to the members. Right now we have here over 100 members from the state of Florida attending this conference for Myers.
What is a COP?
COP.
Oh, COP.
It's a work comp show. Don't forget where we're at.
Oh, my bad. Thought I was going to have to run real quick. What is a COP? Wait a minute. Are you trying to play? I'm like, hey, I ain't did nothing lately that could get me in trouble.
Victor, what's COP?
Put down the red cup.
He has to get the answer. The answer's
You know
coming.
what?
The answer's in the cup.
Continuation.
I need that mic.
Continuation of pay.
Continuation pay. And this guy is the expert on that question.
Yeah, turn it back to that guy.
All right. What is continuation of pay? COP is time off that you can have if you have a CA1 injury that happened in a single shift and you report your injury within 30 days. You should report it today, not 30 days from now. And then that gives you up to 45 calendar days of time off if you need to be out of work. But those of you that know me know that I always say that the surest way to get paid is to clock in.
Correct.
That's a fact.
So what we want you to do is go to work and safely clock in, so you don't have to jump through hoops to get paid. Because even on COP, you got to jump through hoops, and your supervisors are going to screw it
Yeah, I
up
was-
and
I was
like
reading.
mark it as annual leave, or they're going to do something really stupid. What do they call them? Supervisors? What?
Supervisors.
Supervisors, right? So they're going to do that. But COP is up to 45 calendar days of time off for a CA1 injury that was reported within 30 days.
And just to mention something real quick, management in the post office, they were trained to mismanage. Okay, so they don't know jack about OWCP. When we go to management, we tell them what to do, because if we follow what they do, the employee is going to be screwed.
So Rhonda's on here. Rhonda, we're going to take questions as we're talking, so keep them coming. But Rhonda's on here saying she got hurt, supervisor was gone, and whoever was filling in said to get the CA16 online. Yeah, so that's another example of supervisors being dumb or playing dumb. You have to get the CA16 from your supervisor, and somebody out there is like, what's a CA16? That pays all your medical bills for the first 60 days for that same CA1 injury that's eligible for COP. But you have to report within 7 days, so report right away. But your supervisor has to give it to you within 4 hours of the claimed injury, not later.
So, Miss Rhonda, you telling me that this jackass want you to go get it? That's his freaking job.
Right.
So he needs to do his job.
He said I could get it online after the case was approved.
What
What
kind of communist shit is
Did
that?
you file on Econ, because you have a file number?
Yeah.
Case number.
Yeah, I mean, so for those of you that are out here, you file this on eComp, and your supervisor has to give you the CA16. The whole point of the 16 is that it pays your bills for 60 days until your case is approved. That's right. You don't wait till a case is approved to get a CA16. That defeats the purpose. And Cindy said, after the 45 days, how do you get the 66%? My case has been approved. I've received a $0 pay stub. Well, yeah, that's all about the number of dependents that you have. And you get that for LWOP if you're out of work or if you're on COP. And the amount you get is based on numbers of dependents. It's either roughly 67% or 75%.
But it takes time.
All right. What else are we talking about? So, all right.
We're back to the.
Let me get this back on track. I did want to talk about privatization, but only for one reason, because people are freaked out about it.
They are.
We were talking to Richie Ray in Staten Island
Okay.
a while back, and he said even if it happened, it'd probably take 10 years to make it happen.
Bullshit.
What do you think?
It takes just a stroke of the pen. The House can get it, pass it. The Senate can pass it. The president can sign it. It's done then.
But what are the odds that
It's
Congress is going to agree on anything?
the thing is that there's the committee is established by, if I'm not mistaken, is 47 people in DC, and yeah, most of them are. I don't like to go into politics, but most of them are Republicans, and we have all the Democrats. But there's a lot of Republicans that they don't want the post office to be privatized, and they have said in the news when they're on in session, they say like, no, privatization is the last thing that we want from the post office. Okay, everybody benefits from the post office. Like my brother Ian has said, we don't get any tax dollar paid. Everything that we get is through the customers that go to the post office, mail letters, mail envelopes, mail packages. We don't get any funds from government. Okay, everything, our salary is paid by you guys, not by the government.
By the goods and services that
Exactly.
we provide.
Right. Stamps and stuff.
Yeah.
So one of the questions is, what's stopping him, meaning the president, from an executive order? So I'm not an expert in government, but I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, the post office is in the Constitution.
Correct.
Which takes a 2/3 majority
Correct.
of the
That
vote.
is a fact.
Yes.
So you can't executive order this.
Hell no, he can't do no executive order.
Well, he
Not
can
on
sign
this.
it. He can do.
He
but
can do whatever he wants.
It's not gonna.
But
it's not gonna take into effect.
right.
Right.
We have a CBA. Thank you, Mr. Harris, for contributing to this. I see you.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
I think Congress has the final say on this.
That's
That's
fact.
correct.
And 2/3 of Congress are not going to vote.
Nope.
No.
Great question
Great question.
for a non-government guy.
Yeah.
All right. So I think then I think the answer is don't worry about it.
Well,
I mean, whether it's gonna happen or not, but still, it takes 2/3 of Congress.
we have to be worried about it. We have to be worried about it because we, like I said, it takes 2/3, but the administration that we have right now is putting fear on the floor, and the way that that guy expressed himself scare a lot of politicians. Okay, but I truly believe that we ain't going nowhere. Okay, and we're not gonna be privatized. Our unions, like we have APWU, American Postal Working Union. We had the National Association of Letter Carriers. We had the mail handlers. We had the rural carriers. Also, the supervisors have a union. It's called NAPS. Postmasters have a union as well. So all together, we're going to be fighting for the government not to privatize the post office. So we're going to prevail. We're going to win.
All right, so here's a good question that I can't answer, but you guys can. So the clerks who are new and do not have layoff protection yet, what are steps we should be taking?
That's a 6-year late, no layoff clause. That's Article 6.
You
Come on,
handle,
President Ian.
you can handle this one.
Hey,
Hey, Harris. I see you over here, Harris. They don't have layoff protection with their less than 6 years, and you know that already. That's why you asked that frivolous question.
So you are a postal worker.
You are a postal worker.
You are a
and
postal
you ain't
worker.
You're not gonna fool us, Harris. You're not gonna fool us. You're a postal worker, and you know it already. So stop it.
Okay.
You know the layoff protection with new employees. They are not currently covered by the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay.
So stop it.
So I'm gonna ask Harris. Harris, do you know what article is that one? The no layoff clause.
Of course he does.
Of course. Let me see if he types the article number on the chat.
And you
Let's
can't
see.
hide behind that keyboard, dude. We see you, Harris.
All right, come back next week. Don't be mad at these guys.
We're just having fun.
No, we know Harris.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh,
Yeah. He has a little teeny afro.
Okay.
Cindy Castro sent stars.
Give
So
her-
no, just tell them thank you for the stars.
Thank you for the stars,
Thank you.
Cindy,
More stars.
More stars.
Yes.
because you can't pay for this entertainment.
We haven't even gotten started.
No, hell no, we ain't started yet.
Oh, no,
We're
we
just
started-
getting warmed up.
Exactly.
Hey, Harris, keep up with the good questions. Yeah, postal worker.
Just in case, it's Article 6. Okay. So
Oh.
any employee less than 6 years. Oh, he's a new employee.
Oh, you're a new
Oh,
employee.
okay, so-
Okay.
Okay. But I guess it's 6. So you're right. It's Article 6. It's a no layoff clause. It only protects employees after 6 years. Okay. And one of the things that people from headquarters was talking today to us is that right now we are in negotiations for the new contract. They did what's called stop the clock. That was done back in September of last year. Stop the clock means that we still have a contract and we still follow the contract that expired.
Which I don't agree. I'll be honest with you.
But that's the way it goes.
They knew this
Unfortunately.
contract was going to
Yes.
expire.
The
They
thing
should have
is
got
that-
this shit done.
The thing is
Sorry.
that the it's been extended and it's been difficult for the APWU to sign a new contract because first, new administration. Second, the letter carriers brought it down.
But the contract expired in September.
Exactly.
We didn't have a new
I
administration until
understand.
January.
I understand.
So why was they sitting on their asses all this
But
time?
remember, the letter carriers.
You can't defend them hoes.
The letter carriers were without a contract for almost 5 years.
But they're letter carriers.
I understand, but
No
they're
offense, letter carriers.
They're sisters and brothers. They're
I said no offense,
Exactly.
letter carriers.
So what happened was new administration.
Don't be blowing up my chat because of new people. Letter
So
carriers.
new administration.
We're good.
The letter
We
carriers.
good.
The letter carriers have to go to a vote to the members to vote for the new contract.
And they
And
voted it down.
They voted it down.
60,000 to 20,000.
Exactly.
What?
They voted down
It
their.
was big.
They went to their rank and file to the membership. The membership voted
Voted
it down.
down.
60,000 people voted no.
That's the
20,000 voted yes.
So now
So
after
good
that,
for the membership for the letter carriers.
so now
No offense.
it has to go to arbitration.
Which it did.
It did, and then the arbitrator will decide for a contract, and they only got a raise of 1.3, 1.4, 1.5% each year. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. So the thing is that now also the rural carriers sign a new contract as well. So that's why the APWU is being is it's taking a little bit longer, because they want a better contract for the APWU. And the no layoff clause on Article 6 is still on the contract, and they're fighting because management wants to remove that article from the contract.
That's a good question.
All right, so Tommy said, "Are any new employees actually making it 6 years?"
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like a revolving door.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're doing. Like letter carriers, they don't make it as often as clerks or maintenance or RCAs.
Why is that?
Because those supervisors are working the piss out of
The
these
supervisors.
people. Well, I'm sorry, supervisors.
Yeah.
They're working these guys. They're making them come back. They don't have the routes. They don't know the routes, so they're throwing them on one route a day, another route a day, and it's just pandemonium, And that's exactly it is a revolving door in certain occupations in the United States Postal Service. You are right, Tommy.
All right, so I have the next question.
Shoot.
Not really a question. Let's just have a nice conversation. Let's have some fun with this.
All right,
Let's try.
This is an OWCP show. It's an OWCP show.
Sure.
Let's talk work comp a little bit.
Okay.
What kind of stuff are you seeing inside your stations that you could turn into a comedy show as it relates to work comp and supervisors?
I have one.
But
okay, you go ahead.
pay special attention to supervisors. Don't use their names.
Okay.
We're going to call all supervisors Bob.
Okay, Bob. Okay,
Bob.
Okay.
Tell us some good stories.
So female or male is called Bob, right?
Bob.
Okay.
Can we just get this question out of the way?
Sure. Go ahead.
Tommy Lyman, are any new...
We just asked that.
Yeah, we
okay,
just
never mind.
discussed
Sorry.
that. Yes.
Okay, good.
Welcome to the show, babe.
So okay, I have a supervisor named Bob.
Bob.
Bob Lunchmeat or Bob Baloney?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
I like Bobby Baloney.
Bobby
Yeah.
Baloney.
Bobby Baloney. Let's roll with Bobby Baloney.
That supervisor used to work on my station. Now that supervisor, Bob, is a postmaster. How? I don't know, but Bob is a supervisor now. So Bob, and what I'm gonna say, you guys are gonna know is a female or male. So Bob, hair goes up to here.
Damn, Bob got dreads?
Yeah, well, not
Nice.
dreads,
But
but
long hair.
long hair. Okay,
Don't care.
Bobby
And
long hair.
Bobby long hair.
and Bob is Italian. She's
Okay.
Italian.
Why you gotta be Italian, Dan?
Well, because she is Italian.
Okay, Bobby.
Roberto long hair.
Exactly.
Is there a 5 o'clock shadow on Bob?
So what happened?
Just ask.
They have some extension cords on the floor, and
This sounds.
I said,
comical.
look, we need to tape those extension cords with yellow tape because this is a safety hazard. Okay, someone can get hurt. Someone can, trip with the extension cords. So no one pay attention. I filed a PS form 1767. That PS form is to file any unsafe work environments in the post office. So I filed one, and in the next 2 minutes, they
Yellow
taped
tape.
the yellow tape on the extension cords. So Bob, we don't supposed to be running inside the stations, inside the post office. We have to walk, okay? Because we have so many things. We have cases. We have fans. We have there's a lot of equipment.
No
inside the
running
post office.
around the heavy equipment.
Exactly. So what happened with Bob? The manager was calling Bob like a couple of times, and the supervisor Bob said, "Oh, I'm busy, but I need you right now in my office." So Bob turned around, and she tripped with the extension cords
On her hair?
Yes, hair.
I mean, his hair.
Yes, and Bob fell.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bob fell. But you know what Bob did?
What?
Like nothing happens. Everybody started laughing because it was funny. It was funny. But
That is
Bob-
not funny.
well,
Bob.
It's a little funny.
Bob failed.
It's all fun and games till the supervisor falls.
Oh, this was a supervisor.
exactly.
Oh, my bad.
Yes,
Bob.
supervisor.
Hey,
So-
Bobby.
So fell.
Bobby with
right?
the long hair.
Bob got up,
And
started laughing,
uh-huh.
and walked to the supervisor's office. Bob never filed for her for that injury.
Why
Okay?
not?
Because
Because they're a supervisor?
retaliation.
Oh, God.
Okay, but it was funny that a supervisor knows that you can have. Well, that's no discrimination on how long you can have the hair, but you know what? Just
Yeah, you
Wrap it around
wrap
there
it
a little
around
bit.
or something, okay? On your neck or on your belt, whatever. Use it as a belt. Do something, okay?
Did you
Don't
just
trip
say-
over it.
Okay.
Did he just say,
Use it as a
he
belt.
says use your hair as a belt?
Yeah, but it's so long that you can put it around your.
Probably like suspenders. Actually.
That too. Yeah.
Suspenders.
So yes, it was funny that. seeing
Did
that-
Bob file a timely injury
Never,
claim?
never.
Boy, this Harris is
Your
on
boy
a
Harris
roll.
is playing tonight.
I love Harris.
Never.
Hey, Harris.
No, no,
Bob didn't
Bob-
do anything.
Nothing.
Apparently.
No, and now Bob is a postmaster.
That
What do you got?
Oh man.
Come on. Give me
all
a
right,
really good,
I'll give you a great one.
the most egregious thing you can think of.
That's a great one. I'm going to change the names to protect the innocent,
Yeah.
but this is a very true story. There was a 30-year-old mechanic decide that a 40-year-old mechanic wasn't going to beat him running. So they were on the clock. It's a true story.
Sounds like horseplay.
So this is definitely on the line of horseplay. They're on the clock. They go out in the parking lot. A maintenance manager decided to go out there and watch it. Now, listen to what I just said. A maintenance manager. These are two maintenance employees.
The supervisor sanctioned it.
Facts.
Yeah.
So the 30-year-old guy starts talking trash to the 40-year-old guy, telling him there ain't no way I'm going to let a 40-year-old guy beat me, Rice. So they lined up in the parking lot. They started running. The 40-year-old guy bumped the 30-year-old guy. The guy falls on the concrete, separates his shoulder. Where do you think that manager, before that guy hit the ground, where it happened to that manager?
Back in the office.
Oh, he ran his ass out of there. So the 30-year-old guy was getting picked up off the floor. Another manager drives in the parking lot, sees the 30-year-old guy on the floor and says, "What are you doing on the floor?" So the 30-year-old guy's shoulder was separated. And as he got picked up, the shoulder popped back in. Now, I don't know if it was, I'm just telling you what I saw. So the 30-year-old guy says, "Well, the manager saw it. The shoulder's out of place. I think I got a workman's comp claim." So, but someone told the 30-year-old guy, because you're being an idiot and you're being stupid and you're racing in the parking lot between managers on overtime, maybe you should reevaluate you filing a claim. That 30-year-old guy happened to be me.
What?
True story.
Did you get
You
that
gotta be
approved?
kidding me.
Did you get that claim accepted?
Nope. And as the man upstairs, my witness, a friend of mine called my lovely wife, and my wife's, and he says, and I quote, "Your husband's an idiot."
You are.
Were
An idiot.
Oh my
I
God.
separated my shoulder horse playing in the parking lot. My shoulder ain't been right since. I should have filed a claim, because who's gonna say that it wasn't legit when two managers
How
saw
many?
it?
How long ago was that?
Oh God, there's a statute of limitation on that.
it was
How
too
long ago was
ago.
that? 6 years, 7? Oh no, I'm sorry, 10,
Okay, so you can file a claim. It's too late.
20, 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago.
Wow.
So the moral of the story is, don't be stupid.
Don't be dumb and stupid.
I did. Hey, Bob. Bob filed his. No, he did not,
They
bro.
both.
Hey,
No.
Harris. Hey, Harris. Give us some more questions. I think we know you're a postal employee and you got less than 6 years. So you tell us what's going on. Are you hurt? Are you injured? There's a reason why you're on this popular web page right now.
What state? What
What state are you in?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions over there?
No, not yet.
All right. So
Don't
this is a slow night.
don't tell me
Yeah,
Florida.
I
Don't
think-
don't tell me Florida, please.
Yeah, not Florida.
Yeah, no. We don't want you in Florida, Bob. We do not want you in Florida, Bob.
So you guys were just talking about I don't know if it was a result of the hurricane or something, but you had a building that kind of caved in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Talk to me
Yes.
about the building that caved in so I can teach a lesson.
So-
Tell me about the building.
No injuries, thank God.
No injuries. So it happens on one of the Tampa
Ybor.
and what in Ybor? It was in
Ybor.
Ybor City.
Yeah.
So in Tampa and Ybor City, there's a distribution center that is like 5 years old. And like around 9:20 at 9:20 p.m. I forgot which day it was. Alabama. Oh, Alabama. Okay, we're close. We're close. Florida, Alabama. We're close.
No, hey,
We're close.
Listen here, Harris. I knows you's from Alabama. Are you a Roll Tide fan or you a War Eagle fan? Which one are you, buddy? Let us know.
So
Hold on that thought. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So once I was in, we were in Birmingham,
Birmingham. Yeah.
and we were sitting at a bar, and I go to Alabama quite a bit.
okay.
So I actually love Alabama. I love
Okay,
people
okay.
there. Nicest people in the
We
world.
love you, Alabamans.
Nicest people in the world. But I sat down next to this guy, or he sat down next to me, and I said, "Hey, what's up?" And he said, instead of "Hey, what's up," he goes, "Auburn or Alabama?" And I said, "Notre Dame." I didn't talk to him for the rest of the night.
Get some.
But that was his hello, Auburn or Alabama.
I hate the Tide.
Hey, easy.
No,
War Eagle.
Harris an Irish fan.
Oh.
Okay, here you go.
So okay,
All right, so a building fell down.
So yes, it's a distribution center. There apparently was like 50 employees inside, and one of the corners collapsed, and no injuries, but it's a 5-year building. They've been doing inspections on that building. Even the president for the Tampa local was there, and he's been there doing safety and inspections with management. And you know, they were lucky that there was no injuries. There was no employees in that area at that time. But yes, if you go and just go to Google and you see Tampa USPS building distribution center collapse, and you see the videos and the building like collapse on one corner.
That's
great.
crazy.
Yeah.
So the reason I wanted you to tell that story, because you have a whole postal building that fell down.
Right.
Yeah.
And when I do my live trainings, I always say on the second page of the CA1 form, where the supervisors can super hose like everything, it asks if the injury was caused due to intoxication. And so I like to tell people that intoxication is not necessarily a reason you can't have your injury claim approved.
Right.
Now, with that said, don't go to work intoxicated. Don't go to work drunk and high.
Or high.
Right, or
please.
high.
Don't be
Please.
drunk and high when you go to work.
Please.
But let's say you're in that building, all right, where nobody got hurt, thankfully,
Mhm.
right? But you're in that building, it falls down all around you, and you're high out of your mind.
Okay.
You're drunk off everything,
Okay.
and you came to work that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
You shouldn't have done that.
Correct.
Okay.
You're
Sure.
definitely going to get fired.
I have the answer.
But the building fell on your head.
Mhm.
Yep.
What did you being high or drunk have anything to do with the building falling on your head?
Jack shit.
Nothing.
You are allowed to file your claim.
Well,
so
hold on. The Postal Service will say every accident is preventable. With that being said,
the
Hey,
building fell
the
down.
building fell. They would have said, "Did you look up before and notice that it was falling? And why didn't you run your ass up out of
Well,
it?"
what about people that are overweight and can't move that fast?
Well, the Postal Service has programs that you can get your fat ass on a bike and work it out. Now, I'm not saying I'm a fat ass because I used to be a fat ass, but my attitude is a fat ass attitude. Now,
No, you are entitled.
you're not entitled, damn it.
You are entitled to file the claim, sir.
Yes.
I'm sorry, you are.
Yes.
I'm just
Yes.
playing.
You are entitled, even if you're high on drugs
Hey,
or
easy
drunk.
with that high
You
shit,
are
bro.
100% entitled to file your claim. Okay, and you know what?
Don't
This guy
come
over
high
here
to work.
can tell you.
So that's my point. Don't come high to work.
Don't
Don't go to
come
work
high to
high or
work.
drunk. But no, it's a teaching point. The whole building fell down. If you were one of them that was high and drunk in the building, you didn't care that it fell down. You got hurt, and you can still have your claim approved.
Oh, yeah.
And most people don't know that, and I'm not advocating for being high or drunk. Don't do that. But I thought it
Especially
was
in our parking lot at work.
don't do that.
I don't want to have to defend you no more.
Off the clock.
You cannot have alcoholic beverages
you're
in
the-
the United States Postal Service unless it's sanctioned by the installation head.
I
That is
totally-
straight out of the elm.
Right now, people are coming on and going, "That's not Genie."
I told you.
What I mean that's not Genie.
That's not Genie.
Oh,
So if you're just now hopping on,
You an ugly ass genie.
we got
right now.
Ian Victor from Central Florida
Central
APW.
Florida.
And if you want to know something about
Lake
what's
Mary.
going on inside the post office in Florida, these guys are the ones that know.
James McKee.
Interesting. James. It is interesting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And like Chris said,
Talking to the green mic, dude.
oh, this one, okay.
Yeah, see.
So yes,
Jizz.
don't go to work
Jizz.
high or drunk, okay? But if you get hurt or injured inside on the clock working for the post office, you are 100% entitled to file your claim, and it will be approved.
And don't wait till the last minute.
No,
Report it as soon
Right.
as possible.
as soon as possible.
Now, as soon as possible means now.
Right.
All right. So this is a Q&A night. So those of you that are watching, what questions do you have? Otherwise, we're going to keep it going with the Chris and Ian shit show.
Oh, that's fine.
You're damn right.
Because I'm on the other room.
He's over there playing bingo. Bingo. He's over there playing damn bingo.
A whole room full
A
of people
whole
playing
room
bingo.
full of
No,
older adults are playing bingo.
come on.
The younger people that are in there are like, what do I do here? There's numbers and what do I do? How do I play this game?
Bingo.
Oh, and
Bingo.
thanks to Chris and Gini for the gift cards that they sponsored
There we
for
go.
the bingo. Thanks all of you guys.
You're welcome.
I can never be covert. I can never be in stealth mode.
He's sucking up for the gift cards. Oh my God. You have no shame, bro. You have no shame.
All right, back to the Postal Chronicles.
Yes.
Oh,
What happened?
Postal Chronicles.
What happened?
Okay. So since we're on the subject of high and drunk, the Postal Service has a propensity to have a lot of people who like to drink
Propensity, that's a big
Why?
word.
Why?
because their nerves are bad. They deal with dumbass supervisors,
Yeah.
dumbass managers.
Like
Dumb supervisors create dumb managers. If you don't know this
I'm
already,
drinking
it
water
does.
right now. You see?
So, and the problem is, to keep it PG, when you hire a turd, it's still a turd.
Mhm.
And now most of these turds don't even float. They just reflush them. They go to another sewer or another septic for some other schmuck to pick up. That's the United States Postal Service. Now, getting back to drunk and high, it is
It
illegal.
looks like we have a theme.
It is illegal to smoke marijuana in the United States Postal Service. It's still federally banned.
Right.
Okay. No matter if you have your medical marijuana card in this state or it's weed is, and I don't knock anybody who smokes. God bless you if you're smoking to get off of opioids and stuff like that. However, don't be that test dummy in your local, meaning that because you got your medical marijuana card that you decide to go puff, puff, pass on the break room, which I've seen.
Oh, me too.
That doesn't work.
That's a no-go.
Working. I'm taking my break, and they go to the car, and they go back inside, and you can see the eyes.
Bloodshot red.
Ooh, and
Can
like
they-
this.
Can they do it in the car?
No,
Okay.
it's
So
federal property.
the question
They're
was,
on the clock. They're
can
on
you
the
do it
clock.
in the
They
car?
can't.
No,
No.
Well, on the clock? No,
right.
not on the clock. Whatever you do after you clock out on your personal life, that's you.
off postal premises.
Exactly.
Okay.
Off bottle. Exactly.
Get out of the parking lot.
Get out of the parking lot. Go
Okay.
to
Taco Bell.
Publix.
Go to Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
Go
sorry.
to Wawa. I don't know. Go to the dollar store and do it there.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Why are you gonna get high at somebody else's facility? Take your ass home. Go smoke in the confines of your house, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can say
In
that too.
People.
In the sofa, in the
In
bathroom,
the sofa, in the bathroom.
in his house.
He got a house. Why the hell are you going in the bathroom to
Well-
smoke weed?
Well, I have.
It's his house. Why is he going to the bathroom?
Why
to
are
smoke
we
weed?
talking about what room we smoke weed
That's
in?
what I'm like. What are we doing
What is
here?
happening here
What are we
tonight?
doing here?
We said that.
See, this is what
Smoking.
happens. Genie gets off the camera and it all goes to hell.
My bad. I tried to fill in,
we
but I
said
just couldn't make
Back
it.
to the Postal Chronicles.
Okay.
Victor.
All right. So go ahead. Go ahead.
no. You keep going. keep
Okay.
going.
So here's a true story. Another one.
Another true story.
So most of the people that I work with are disabled vets,
Mhm.
whether they're Gulf War vets, Vietnam vets, they're vets.
Thanks for the service.
Thanks for your service. Some of them during the opioid crisis which was to me wasn't a real crisis. Crack was a crisis. They didn't find people help for crack. Let me get on this tirade. So when crack was wiping out populations and shit, they weren't, no, we have a crack epidemic and let's get these people help. They were passing laws that were throwing people in effing jail. That's what they were doing. So when the opioid crisis hit, they were going ahead and saying, hey, look, it's the real Gini.
She's back.
So back on this.
What happened?
Tommy, is it
The
true that new employees are not drug tested?
That is
freaking
freaking hilarious, but true.
It's
And
true.
that is such bullshit.
Yeah.
Because those of us up here had drug tests, and they don't do that to new employees. And that is some bull, unless you're a TTO, tractor trailer driver,
Yeah.
that requires like a CDL and stuff like that. But Joe Schmuckatelli's not getting drug tested. My sons, who all got jobs working at the PO, not got drug tested, and that's a bunch of bullshit. They should get drug tested.
So why did they stop?
Lazy,
Is it money?
money
It's money.
and
Well,
laziness.
actually, let me explain that. Okay. There's an office that's called NOHA. NOHA. That's the nurses from the post office.
Okay.
And before they used to have an office at the airport in Orlando. It's called Trayport.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
Yolanda.
How are you, Yolanda?
So in that office, before you sign the contract or the paperwork to sign for the post office, or before you get to hire, you have to go there and get drug test. Okay. If you pass the test, they will tell you in a couple of minutes. They will tell you if you pass or fail the test. After that, then they schedule you for training, and on that training, before you start working for the post office, they explain to you everything, your benefits. What is called the ELM is the employee level manual. That is a thick book, like I don't know how many thousand pages, and in that book have all the rules for the post office. And you spend like almost 8 hours before you start working for the post office. Now, the new employees, they don't get drug tested, they don't get the training. They say, okay, sign the papers, welcome to the post office, keep working, start working with no training at all. Before, we used to get trainings, not anymore.
So is that illegal?
I don't know if it's illegal or legal. The post office are the ones that make the rules on how the way they train the people. But for us, it's better for the employee to be trained and to be taught about the contracts, about the unions, the benefits before they start working on the working floor. Because before they say, okay, you're entitled to do this. This is the book. Okay, all the rules are here from the post office. Now they don't do that.
So is that across the board for all USPS?
For everybody.
Oh, okay.
For everybody.
You got a question?
Go ahead, answer it now.
It says Tallahassee office yet?
No.
No.
What I mean, Tallahassee office yet?
What you mean? They asking if there's a
They're asking-
thing.
no,
They're asking if
we're
there's an
working-
office in Tallahassee yet. Goddamn, read, bro.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the president for the
No. They ain't talking about that.
oh,
You know what?
Don, we don't have a Tallahassee office yet, but we are working on it. So the closest one, if you're able to get to it, would be in Mobile, Alabama, which is about 2 hours away. But that would be your best bet, or unless you go to Forest Park or Georgia, or just Google OWCP doctor near me, your city and state. All right, read that question.
Oh,
Harris?
This Harris boy, you're asking too many questions, Harris. We're gonna eliminate your questions.
Harris from Alabama.
Okay, so read it out.
Harris
loud.
from Alabama. His question is, in my great Alabama voice, no offense. I haven't been injured on the job per se, but I've been in the same repetitive motion for years, and my back is beginning to hurt, and I'm entitled to file a claim.
okay. How long you be working for the post office?
That answer is yes. You are entitled to file a claim because of your repetitive motion. Now, what you do in your private life at work is not a repetitive motion there, Harris, because I know you're a postal worker with less than 6 years in. So, absolutely. I don't know what that is he just put up there.
Give more of the answer, but
That's from Tim.
Oh, okay.
and
Sorry, Tim.
YouTube. Go ahead, read the question.
If a rule letter carrier in VA, I would say that's Virginia,
Yep.
OWCP, and if I received a modified non-carrier limit duty offer, could I be considered in a probationary period and possibly be let go? Thank you.
Not legally.
No, not legally. You cannot. You cannot be let go. And you're welcome.
Mr. Harris.
About 7 years. So wait a minute, Harris. My brain is starting to really function now, buddy. You just said you had less than 6 years, and now you're talking about you have 7 years of repetitive motion. Which one is it, Harris? Let's be straight up now. We're live on this chat. Don't be bullshit. Come on. Don't be playing with us, Harris. Let's go. I know you're at that keyboard. What's hurting? Your back, your ankle, your foot, your toe, your pinky toe? Which one is it? I need to know which one is hurting, Harris.
All right, while he's typing, go ahead back to Postal Chronicles.
Okay, so back to these Postal Chronicles. So when I came into the post office, there was a whole bunch of Vietnam vets, Gulf War vets, and it was a peel mill. Me not knowing any better, they would just start passing medication around, including certain. Oh, here goes that Harris again. Boy, Harris, you will not let me get to these Postal Chronicles. So let's just read this. I've been in the Postal Service a little bit. Now it's a little bit. It's either 6 years or 7 years.
Or
what
17.
are we? Or 17. What are we doing, Harris? You're killing me over here.
Wait.
So if I am I
Oh, it but I know
injured
employees who are
outside
scared
of
to
work?
ask questions.
Okay. Oh, he's tripping. This guy is really tripping right now.
So Harris, if they're scared to ask questions, they can private message us as well on chats, and we can help answer their questions
that's
as
right.
well.
That's
Or
right.
reach out to your steward.
That's right.
Yeah, and then go ahead with the second question.
So if I'm injured outside of work, am I entitled to light or limited duty?
Outside of work is light.
Light. That's right. Outside of work is light. But you can go in, have your doctor fill out the forms, and apply for light duty.
All right, back to
All right, back to the Chronicles.
Now, Harris, you're gonna let me tell this dang story before you start popping up more.
Another one pops up. No, read the question.
No, Jacqueline replying to Harris.
Yeah,
CA2.
Yeah, that's what you
Hey,
thought.
thank you, Jacqueline.
All right.
Because Harris he's weighing thin on me right now with all of these questions he's doing. So chat, feel free to answer Harris. If you know the answer. Yeah, Harris is being a pain in the ass. He said he has 6 years. Now he said he got 7 years. Then he said he got hurt playing basketball.
Okay.
You were playing basketball off that, wasn't you, Harris?
So okay,
Yeah, you were playing basketball.
So
That's
now-
what you were doing.
So he have more than 6 years now.
He says he's
A
got
little bit.
7 years. He said a little
Little
bit.
bit.
Then he said 7
Well, he
years.
said he was a new employee.
Are you trying to say Harris is lying?
No, no.
Back on the Chronicles.
We're trying to get on these chronicles about
Okay.
how there was a pill mill that they were passing pills around. So one day I'm walking on the workroom floor. There is a building equipment mechanic in a vertilift. He's hired in a giraffe's ass. Oh, there go Harris again. Boy, Harris will not do
I
this.
caught an album from the dream, Mr. President.
We'll get to Harris in a minute. Tell the story.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
We'll answer Harris in a minute.
Harris, I'm not going to answer you right now. So the BM was in a vertilift, hired in a giraffe's ass. He crashes the vertilift into a machine, a delivery barcode, what we call a DBCS. He was so high that he couldn't let himself down. So we let him down with the manual buttons. As we pulled him off the vertilift, he says, "Why did y'all lower me down?"
He wanted to be up there.
Eyes bloodshot red, hired in a giraffe's ass, and he said, "Now y'all put me back up there." Do you know we took him home? And when we took him home, he decided once he got home to get in his vehicle, drive, butt ass naked, wrecks into a Blockbuster,
Blockbuster.
runs into a closed Blockbuster video, And then those of you guys are too. Oh,
I'm sorry. It's just funny. I'm sorry. Apologies. I'm not supposed to be laughing to this.
Goes on the close blockbuster.
the
even finish the story.
the police actually called my phone because I was on his emergency contact. His steward is on his emergency contact, not his wife, not his kids, me. So the officer says, Mr. Williams. I said, yeah. Do you know? And I'm not going to say that person's name.
Bob
the builder. I said, yes. Bob, the actual cops actually knew who Bob was because Bob apparently been getting butt ass naked and riding around.
Bob's
The neighborhood.
Yeah, he's been riding around the neighborhood when he gets higher on pills.
Naked?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So they told me to come get Bob, and I said, "Is he naked?" And they said, "Not this day."
Oh, so he was waiting for you.
Bob, I know you know who you are, but I'm not gonna tell your name.
Read that, Tanya.
Okay.
Tanya.
Tanya. Okay.
How long?
How long does it take for Department of Labor to pay you when you go out for surgery, Mr. Chris?
Depends on how fast you can fill out a CA7 and is your claim accepted.
Okay.
Come on.
It all depends on how fast you file the CA7
And is your claim accepted?
and your claim is accepted. That was your answer.
Denise.
For you, Tanya.
Tanya.
Denise, why don't your office write prescriptions?
What office?
Bay Meadows.
Bay Meadows,
Ibuprofen.
we have insurance cards with OWCP.
The answer is
The answer is
doctors make medical decisions.
doctors make medical decisions.
And
I'm
I'm
just
not a doctor. And
repeating.
I'm not a doctor,
And Chris is not a doctor.
so I can't answer.
I'm not a doctor. He's not a doctor. She's not a doctor.
Whoa.
Are you a doctor?
Whoa. I pretend one at work. I'm a psychiatrist. I'm a pastor. I'm gonna do all that shit at the damn job, buddy.
But
Aren't you?
Well, they
My-
cannot prescribe medications.
we don't have any policies against it. Doctors make their own independent medical decisions. Let them know. Just tell them. You're a nurse. Tell them. Oh, good Lord. The shit show continues. Hey, it's Chris, everybody.
Sit back.
Hey,
so
welcome to new guy.
Hey, so to answer the question, doctors make their own medical decisions. I'm not one, and so I really can't answer that. We don't have a policy at federal injury centers that says no pills. We don't have a policy like that because doctors do what doctors need to do. That's the answer.
Jill said, so there's a scheduled payment each month and then award.
So no, that you're talking about two different things, maybe even three.
Yeah.
Your scheduled payments would be if you're on LWAP and maybe you're on the rolls and you don't have to turn in your CA7s anymore. A scheduled award is a whole other thing after maximum medical improvement, and that's at the end of the whole course of treatment. And do you need an attorney? I don't know. Probably not. You probably just need a doctor who knows their job. And Denise says your office says their doctor. That's incomplete. But if you can finish that, Denise, I'll address it.
Back to Ian's story.
Well, he's done with this.
Did this guy ever come down? So I was in the background over here watching.
So
People are looking at this tonight going, what in the hell is happening on Wednesday night chats?
Because we said tonight chat, it was going to be different. It was going to be different because we're on Fort Myers and we're on an APWU seminar. Okay, so Ian and myself, we were talking last night when we were having dinner. Said we're gonna make it fun. We're gonna make it fun, and that's what we're doing.
No, we're gonna tell you some horror stories from some of the years we've seen the shit show and the way it transformed into a comedy hour. I love my job because it gives me a lot of joy to see so much stupidity.
Well, there's a lot of craziness.
It's a nut house, and yes indeed.
Real quick, Yolanda said schedule award is after your FCE, right? Not necessarily. Yolanda, you can get a schedule award and never, ever, ever, ever get an FCE. They're not connected. FCE determines whether or not you can work and at what capacity, and a schedule award says what percentage you are impaired for the rest of your life after everything is said and done.
Mike Burnside said, I went back to work full time with no restrictions, but my doctor wants me to come to physical therapy 2 days a week.
Okay.
I filed my CA7
Okay.
and 78, but they denied it. What's a 78?
Who denied it?
Probably
Well,
DOL.
Yeah.
Department of Labor?
Yeah. But what's a 78?
I don't know what a 78
I
is.
don't
It's
know
not
what's
a,
a
it's not a, okay. A 78 is not an OWCP form. It's probably your specific agency form. But do what the doctor says. Always follow doctor's orders. Anytime you don't, it gets you in trouble with the
He's
agency
not a postal worker because 70 is nothing from the post office.
They'll let us know. What agency do you work for? The 78 probably has to do with that.
Tanya, when I go to the doctor right now, I do not use OWCP. Will that affect my case? Right now, I'm just waiting for my approval for surgery.
So it won't affect your case. It'll affect your pocketbook, Tanya.
Mhm.
You should be doing everything under OWCP. Don't use your own money. Don't use your own health insurance. And most people don't understand that when you use your own health insurance for a work injury,
he says
it's going to raise your
CSA.
premiums next year for everybody. That's why nobody should ever use your health insurance. You're all going to pay higher premiums next year if you use your health insurance this year for work injuries that OWCP should cover.
Let Mike know that he has to have an accepted claim before he files a CA7.
Mike, you need to accept a claim before you file a CA7, but fill them all out now. So as soon as your claim's accepted, you can start turning them in.
Jill said, thank you. Also, I hate dealing with the government in general and never sent bills or mileage to them. Is there a time limit to send these in?
Well, you probably need to get it done before a year.
Mhm.
So go ahead and start filling those out tonight or tomorrow.
Denise said, I'm trying to retire OPM. I bought the 3112C form and no one knew what that was.
She
Can
brought
your
it up.
office fill this out for me?
Our office can help you fill it out, but we can't fill it out for you, but we can assist.
Continue here.
Okay. So, give you another gem.
All right, you all have.
how many stories do you have?
There's
So for
8
the
million
next-
stories in the naked city, bro.
Jeez.
So we might go over a couple of minutes, but tell this last story. I'll
Okay.
answer some questions afterwards, and then
Sure.
we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. All right. This is another classic. All names will be changed to protect the innocent. Now,
Bob.
where the hell did Willie T.
He
Lunchmeat
went to
go?
get his bag.
He went to go get his man back.
Willie T.
I'm
Lunch
not
Meat.
even
He went to
gonna
make a sandwich.
say. Okay, so true story. So when we come into a maintenance shop, we all get paperwork in the morning or whatever daily assignments we have to do. So this same guy, Bob, who was hired in a giraffe's ass at Blockbuster, Roberto, let's say Roberto. Roberto decided that he was going to miss work. So the manager sent me to his house. And he says, please go check on him. Okay, cool. So I drive to Roberto's house. The door is cracked open. I walk in. Roberto is butt-ass naked eating pudding. True story. Pudding. So as he's sitting there eating pudding, I said, can you please put some clothes on? He's like, okay, Rick James.
Rick
Okay,
James.
Rick James. I'll go ahead. So as he's taking the pudding, he's dropping the pudding and it's hitting his stomach. So there's and it's chocolate too, so it's disgusting. So I said, hey, Roberto, you were supposed to be at work today. He says, my day's off for Thursday, Friday. I said,
It's Wednesday.
it's Wednesday. You've been off since last Thursday, Friday. Oh, I'll just buy the manager some pizza and we're good.
Is that how it works?
No, that's not how it works. Bring your ass back to work.
Those
What? But that's just one character. There's a million of them that I've worked with. Hey, and don't go get a damn sandwich next time we're live, bro. What the hell wrong communist shit is that? Now go ahead. Tell one of your weak ass stories.
Look,
Uh-oh.
I
got a
look.
question.
That's okay. We'll get to it.
Okay, I love my job. Okay, been doing this for 24 years.
You lost your job or
I
you
love
your job?
I love
Okay.
It sounded like he said lost.
LOVE.
I'd rather have
Love.
Harris back on the chat.
Okay, good.
I'd rather Harris be starting to email stuff again.
Alabama. So I love my job doing this for
Harris, if you're out there,
24 years. Look, what Ian here He's telling you it's true. Okay, there's a lot of stories, funny stories, bad stories, people that have died working in the
Man,
post
I'm not
office.
gonna give the people them
No,
stories, them
no,
sad
it's true.
shits.
No, but it's
Nobody
true.
wants to hear these sad shits.
It's true. The thing is,
What
the
kind
post office is a good
Harris,
place.
send us one. I'm
It's
tired of
a,
him. with
the
this
post
bull.
office. Is
Oh, look, Harris
There
did
you
not
go.
disappoint. My dude.
We'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's a good place. It's a good place to work. Okay, but we have to be careful. Okay, we have to be careful, and we need to try not to get hurt in the post office. If we didn't have these people here like Chris and Gini, okay,
Absolutely.
most of the postal workers, not only the postal workers like FG, other federal agencies, we don't know what to do. Okay, and I have to thank these two guys for everything they have done with these chats, coming to the trainings and training us and going to another states and do some training. But without these two guys, we were like, down. We have a person in national that take care of all the OWCP, but you know what? No. Everybody have people that work for the OWCP, and I like to learn. And I'm here to learn every single day.
Well, learn to put that mic on your shirt and stop holding it like you.
No, because I had to pass it to Chris too.
Shit is this? He
Okay.
over there like he mocking up, rapping them. What the hell, dude?
I'm just trying to talk.
That's why I'm glad I ordered my own shit tonight. I need you to be rocking this shit like this. What's up, y'all? What's going on, peoples? What the hell kind of shit is this?
Okay, I'll give it back to Chris.
All right.
As you
That
should.
Harris
we
has
done.
a question.
Harris, my
Harris, welcome
dog.
back.
What's up?
Have you had any stewards get in trouble, or is it just a craft? I can tell you for sure, stewards don't get in trouble.
Shit.
How are they going to get in trouble when you got Ian as president? We
Shit.
got Rob over here as the
I get my
enforcer.
ass chewed for my stewards all the time. And hey Harris, you must
There's-
you know
yes.
I got my know
There's-
hey Harris, you must be in my building.
There's two.
Because
You said
they've
Alabama.
They've been removed.
Well, yeah, you were in Alabama.
There's
I
two that
mean,
they have
At
been
least we
removed.
think so.
well, at least we think you're in Alabama.
Yes, it's-
Look, I think anybody is at
Anybody.
risk
everybody-
Yeah.
if they do the
everybody.
wrong thing.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And look here, Jerry Michelle Gatewood. What's up, babe? It is Jerry Gatewood. True that. Jerry is in Virginia.
Okay. What's
And
up? What's up,
She used to
Jerry?
say that everyone should put a CA10 on the back of all the bathroom stalls.
stalls.
That way everyone would see it.
Just like
Well,
so they
if you
know.
get the custodians to do it, we're good with it.
In my office, we have it next to the bathroom.
So
You
Denise
put it next to the bathroom. That's what Jerry said.
Denise
Uh-oh.
says, I was leaving the parking lot at work. A car turned and hit me head on. I was in
Oh,
the right
shit.
because it was a do not enter sign. I was off the clock. Can I file a claim?
So you were leaving the parking lot
She was
and you got hit by somebody not working for the post office. You were off the clock.
Yeah.
That's not OWCP.
Okay, ask her if she was in the post office premises, in the parking lot, inside the.
Okay, were you in the parking lot or were you on the road? But probably on the road because she got hit by an oncoming driver. It's not covered.
So I was
No, if-
leaving the parking lot at work when a car turned and
Okay,
hit
so
me
that was
head
that was
on.
outside the premises.
Unfortunately, that's not going to be covered. I want it to be, but it's not.
No.
Yolanda
She
said,
can
I got
file-
injured on the job. A
Oh,
forklift driver hit me and messed me up.
God damn.
I had
She can
surgery,
file
went to
for
therapy,
that. She
work
can file
condition,
for
had
that.
my
Do it
FCE
for the
done. The
whole
result
unit.
was that I didn't meet the qualifications for the Postal Service and they had to find something within my restrictions.
That's correct.
Okay, that's right. Now I'm trying to transfer, and every time they find out I have restrictions, I don't hear anything back. What can I do? I've been trying for 4 years. What
4
can she
years?
do?
Okay,
Ian?
no. If she have an accepted claim,
Well-
does
Okay, your claim has to be accepted, but let's just have a conversation, assuming it is accepted.
okay. So
And Denise says she didn't make it to the street, so maybe you
Well,
can
if you-
try. Just Denise can try to file the claim.
okay, if you
You
get,
can't get in
if
trouble
you,
for
if,
attempting.
if you get hurt, Denise, inside the postal premises, yes, you're entitled to. Okay, but if it was outside, unfortunately not. So the other,
Wait, tell her to message us and we'll
Yeah,
we'll
you can
get
me-
her
you
So
to-
it's
can
probably
message
not
me.
going to be covered.
Yeah.
you can message Gini and Chris, and they will get more.
But talk about
information.
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Trying to transfer, but the restrictions are causing
Okay,
a problem
if-
to transfer.
First of all, if you have an OWCP case approved, okay.
She said, yeah,
management-
it's
okay.
approved.
Yes, okay. So management cannot hold you back. Okay, if you want to transfer, they can look to it, but they cannot deny your transfer.
So what does she do when they are denying it?
Well,
It's
you-
happening. So what does she do?
You have this shop steward, right? You have a local, you have a union.
Grieve it?
Go to the correct service. Go to management. Request union representation. Management has to call the union rep and then meet with the union rep, do a statement, and then the union have to file, because that's against the law.
There we go.
Now I saw somebody put a comment about some vape stick. I don't know what the hell that was, but we need to go back to that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
I don't know
It
what.
was Julie Woods.
What'd
It
Julie
looks
say?
like you're passing a vape pen. Oh, because
Oh no!
Oh, you
Julie-
mean his microphone?
It's a microphone.
That's funny.
It's a microphone.
funny.
It's
That's
not a
what she was
vape pen.
laughing.
Yeah, he getting high off of that mic. It's green.
Just because we were talking about it doesn't mean we're doing it. It's
There
a
ain't-
microphone.
There ain't no weed smoking up here. Uh-oh.
Yolanda's still with a specialist. Yeah, look, you got to keep doing what you're doing,
No
but
doubt.
what they're saying is grieve it, because they're not allowed to discriminate against you for having a temporary disability that happened inside the agency that's
I mean-
approved. Go ahead.
I have a coworker that transferred from. We're passing the
Yeah.
Okay, so no, I have a coworker that transferred from Colorado 3 months ago, and he have restrictions, and it's a approved
Ooh.
case. It's a approved case, so they had to approve his transfer. So he's working with us right now.
Look at this one.
Yeah, so Kathy said in Alabama, if you have restrictions, you get no work. Let me tell you something,
What?
Kathy.
What?
So, all right.
That's some bullshit.
Now, hold on.
Go ahead.
You might be a rule carrier,
Okay.
Probably.
which changes the rules,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But in Alabama, this is a true story. So we went and did steward training for APWU in Alabama, in Birmingham, right?
Mhm.
And they have some really strong stewards up in
They're all
Birmingham.
military. That's
Really
why.
strong.
Okay.
Good.
They are not easily intimidated.
Awesome.
These are some
Good.
bad people.
There's like
Good.
12 of them, and they're all military.
And so
Good.
I did this training, and a
Good.
few weeks later, one of them, I'm not going to use any names, but her name's easy to remember. You remember it right now.
Bob.
There's
Her
Bob.
name, well, one of the stewards. I don't call stewards Bob unless her name Bob.
Okay.
She knew her stuff. So she called me back and she said, "Hey, this thing happened. What do I do?" Here's the thing that happened. Somebody got hurt, and she's a rule carrier. No, she's a
APW.
steward for
Sure, sure.
APW, and
Okay.
she was assisting a rule carrier.
Okay.
The rule carrier got hurt, and the supervisor and postmaster agreed and said the best thing you can do is resign. You got hurt. The number one thing you can do right now is resign.
Bullshit.
And so this
Exactly.
APW steward called me and said, "Okay, so you did the training and you said this, this, and this. Is this right?" And I said, "Yeah." So this, and this consisted of calling OSHA.
Of course.
So she called 1-800-321-OSHA
Yeah.
and told the story that this
Oh.
rule carrier got hurt. The supervisor and postmaster said that she should resign. And OSHA investigated.
That's a whistle.
And from what I heard, the supervisor and postmaster no longer work for USPS.
Oh yeah, that's OSHA whistleblowers department does not
Yes.
play. I have.
They don't-
I have.
They don't play games.
I have a great story on that, but that'll save
Yeah.
that for
We
another
can
time.
we can use that for another
Because that one,
Yeah, we
I
don't have time tonight
yeah.
for that, but that's the answer to that question. They cannot discriminate against you because you're injured, especially when your claim's accepted.
Correct.
You now have a temporary disability, and disability is a protected status.
Yeah.
So Eunice said, if they're discriminating you for disability, file a disability discrimination with the EEOC.
You can file an EEO,
Correct.
but can you explain that? In the post office,
You just keep using the vape pen.
oh Jesus, let me just put it like this again. Sorry. In the post office, the
Speak
AP,
up.
the APWU,
Put some bass in your voice.
the APWU,
There we go.
the APWU, when an employee wants to file an EEO,
Louder.
it's on them. It's on them. It's on
Louder, damn it.
Come on, shut up.
All right. All right.
So it's on them. We don't get involved with EEOs. We can help the employee how to fill out the paperwork, but we cannot represent them. Okay, EEO is a good way to go. I have done EEOs myself, and I won the case. That was back in probably 2005. But yeah, you can do EEO, but in the APWU, we cannot help the member or the non-member
With the EEO.
with the EEO. It's like we cannot represent them.
And then, so there's another one. Kathy said, "I had rotator cuff surgery and no light duty." light duty for a work injury is not a thing. It's limited duty, and your claim has to be accepted. So if your claim's not accepted, you're not going to get limited duty.
Right.
All right, folks. Look, it's 9:10. We normally only go an hour. We went 70 minutes. It was the Christening and Shit Show with Victor, special guest Gini, with our live studio audience of 3. Thank you guys for being here, and for Melissa for being here. And next week we'll get back. We will not be on next week.
Damn.
Everyone's going to need a break from this week.
I'll be on remote. Y'all want to call me? Hey, Harris, I'm looking for you.
But we will be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're going to DC. Why?
We're going to be in DC. Are we in DC next week?
Till next week.
So Jeannie and I are going to go to Washington, DC next week. We're with the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Association. And we're going to be hanging out with them for almost the entire week, doing all the stuff that they're doing. But they're federal employees too. The difference between them and you is they carry a badge and a gun and have to use it.
Facts.
And so we're going to be honored to go hang out with them and see what they got going on in their lives and see how we can help them the way we help the postal employees. And after we're in DC, we'll be back at home in our home studio, and we'll be talking about something, and Jeannie will let you know what that's going to be.
I have to answer this last
I'll
question.
be calling.
Victor's going to answer one more question.
I'll be calling in with my mic and my camera.
Yolanda,
Getting it done.
Yolanda, who can help you with the EEO?
Shit. I'll get that.
Normally a lawyer. Like I said, the union can guide you on how to fill out the EEO, or normally a lawyer that knows the laws from EEO. Unfortunately, we can't. That's something that you have to do yourself.
Tommy Lyman.
I'm reading it.
Okay.
Tommy, I'm reading your thing. Hang on a second. Everybody just talk amongst yourself.
Harris is still watching.
Harris,
I just got back up.
still watching. Harris, I'll be waiting on you, buddy.
I need surgery on my right wrist. It took over 2 years to get the surgery.
So, Tommy, there's not a question there. I mean, I appreciate you letting me know what happened, but I don't understand. There's no question there. I think what's happening, though, is that they're giving you a way out. I don't know if that's good for you or not, but all right. So Tommy it was a long statement. I get what you're saying. What's happening is he had an injury. He's getting retrained.
So he said, found out that the surgery is
Yeah.
paid by my personal insurance.
All right. Well, took so long to type out with one finger. I did it. I was like, man, how'd you type all this with a bad hand? All right. Well, look, so again, we're going to be in DC next week. I'm sure Jeannie will be posting all kinds of stuff. Take a look at that. And then we'll see you in a couple of Wednesdays from now. And we'll be back on to OWCP talk.
Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you
Anytime,
for the
brother.
Florida
Appreciate that.
APW for having us. And we will see you in a couple of